What's going on, guys? It's Nick here, back with another fantasy football video. This is a bit of an unusual thing. We're uploading Saturday this time because I wanted to do something that we haven't done on the channel yet this year. We did it once last year, and I didn't have time to fit into Mock Draft Monday, so we're getting an extra upload this week. Might do this in the future as well, I'm not sure. But before we start this video, there's 3 updates. One of them kind of ties, I guess 2 updates and then one ties into the video. I just wanted to mention before, because I didn't really mention it as much during the live mock draft. We'll get to that third. First thing is the subscriber leagues. Guys, giving you guys an update on that. There's going to be 4 for YouTube subscribers, and then 4 more for the private chat. Everyone in the private chat probably already knows about those 4. So essentially, to sign up for it, I'm going to put on the screen right now. You can't click it or anything. I don't even know why I'm going to show it on the screen, to be honest. You go in the description box down below, and you're going to find the email address. We're not going to do comment section this time because it's a lot more challenging. I can't export any of that. So there's going to be an email address I set up specifically for this. Email that with, basically say it's going to be late August when the drafts are going to be happening. They're all going to be 12 team. They're all going to be PPR scoring. So you don't have to say anything about that. Just say if you have a major problem. Like if there's one day you just absolutely can't do, or if there's a time that works for you. I'm not going to be able to accommodate for everyone, obviously, but it's going to be random, and then if certain things match up better, I'm going to group people into groups depending on that. So I'm going to pick the however many people it is, whether it be 48 people for the subscriber league for the YouTube channel. Then I'm going to look at what you have for different dates you can't do, and I'm going to try and make you into 4 leagues that fit with that, if that makes sense. If you're in the private chat and you didn't see the message, I pinned it right to the top, so you probably should, but there's a different email. So those people are entered in both, so I guess you have twice as much chance, but you only have to email the one for the private chat because I'll understand that you're a subscriber as well, so I'm going to put you in both. So go in the link in the description box, just send an email to that and say if there's certain dates you can't do. Another update is that all of the premium rankings are now up. I hadn't done standard scoring or standard scoring leagues. How about that? I hadn't done the premium rankings for that yet, but running back and wide receiver are both up for that. So all of them are up. It's actually version 2 now for PPR running backs, and now they're going to be updated a little bit more frequently. So you can go in now and download them at the website. Also, some people have been messaging me saying it's asking them to purchase again. You do not have to purchase again. It's a drop down. So don't click the button at the top of the screen that brings you to the purchase page. Just hover over it and a drop down comes down that says download the premium rankings. So it's pretty easy to figure out if you know that. But you have to pay, obviously, to get the premium rankings with the premium content on the site. If you want to see that, go check it out. This is what I want to talk about before I make it live. And it's that in auction leagues, there's really 2 approaches. Stars and scrubs and balanced team, I guess. I guess there's 3 approaches. There's a stars and scrubs, which is kind of what you see on the screen here, which is when it's also a strategy for daily fantasy. And it's basically saying I'm going to pick 4 guys that I want to pay a lot of money for. And actually, just looking at that, I made one mistake. Michael Thomas will not be $23. I believe you'll see it in the mock draft that happens. I believe you go in for 40 to 44 kind of range. That was supposed to be Michael Crabtree. Got him for $23. But generally speaking, so you're going to either pay up for a few guys and then look at the bench on this team right here. You've got $1 for most of them and then $7 from Martavis because I think that's just a steal. So that's 5 people going for $1. Your defense and kicker are going to be $1 always. You always do that. And then quarterback's cheap. So you basically get stars around that. You get 2 stud running backs because this was a standard scoring one. So I wanted to see what would happen because I did this draft before. I wanted to see what would happen if you just went for the positions that you should be targeting early on. I don't recommend this one as much, and I don't recommend it as much in daily unless there's huge injuries. Whenever there's huge injuries in the running back position, everyone's going to go stars and scrubs because you can get cheap deals at the running back, just pay up for the wide receivers, even mid-range wide receivers, and it's just how it works. I'll talk about that when I'm gonna make a week 1 video for that, and obviously the articles each week. But I recommend more what I show you in this video, and I'll talk about why when I cut to the live portion of this video. But I also want to mention that I waited too long in this one. Part of it was because I had to talk about the strategy, and I did miss the DeMarco pick, which is who I would have taken. It would have been DeMarco Murray in this one. What I would recommend, and I do also talk about it, is if you're in an auction league, pick a running back. This is more geared towards standard. In PPR, you should probably do the same thing. But especially in standard, pick a running back you like, and as long as it's roughly close, like it's not, 10, 12 bucks more than they're going for on average, that's who you're going to take. Because you can pay really cheap quarterback, really cheap for tight end, really cheap on your bench. But actually, you can go mid on the bench using this. But pick a running back. For me, it's DeMarco Murray, and then pick a wide receiver. For me, it was Doug Baldwin in this video, but you could have actually probably even gone Doug Baldwin and Michael Thomas. But regardless, pick a running back you like. Just pay the price on them. Unless it's the top 3, I don't advocate paying that price for the top 3. But pick like a late first round, early second round running back you really like. Pay the price on him. Then go mid-range for everyone else on your team. Like everyone else. And you'll see it in the video. I'll talk about it in the video. Just note that I should have taken DeMarco in this. And I want you guys to know the exact strategy they're using. So I'm going to cut to the live portion now. Hope you guys do enjoy. What's going on, guys? It's Nick here, back with another fantasy football video. Today is theoretically Mock Draft Monday, but it's not. It's just a normal mock draft. Mock Draft Monday will still be happening. I don't know what it's going to be. Haven't recorded it yet. I'll have to record it on Sunday because got stuff all day Saturday. But it's still going to happen. Thinking about potentially doing 7 days a week uploads with Saturday and Sunday just being more mock drafts for you guys. But this is an auction draft, and it was a requested video. I did one last year. I don't even think I made really videos the year before. But last year I did it, and people liked it. So I'm going to talk to you guys about it. I only do one a year, one auction draft. But I really like them because there's more strategy that goes into it. And you can basically build a team of guys you like. You know how in snake drafts, you kind of get to a point in draft and you're like, well, I kind of have to take someone around this range. And I don't like anyone. And you get late and you're like, well, I don't like these guys either. And you kind of build a team, you're like, I like it, but I don't love every player on it. You can pretty much love every player on your auction draft if you're not stupid and you're not, like, over the top. Like, you enter this draft and you're like, Odell, click, 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 click. Antonio, yay. And then all of a sudden, you have $50 and your max bid's $20. And then all of a sudden you have $10 and your max bid's $1. And you're like, oh. So what I'm actually going to do in this video, I'm going to talk a little bit about strategy. Then I'm probably going to cut. And I'll cut in and out because I don't want to make this like a 2-hour video. Because mock drafts, or even normal drafts for auction leagues are long. They are long, 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 long. Which is why a lot of people don't do it. But they're fun. You can build a really good team. And I highly recommend you do it. This is 12-team. This is 12-team standard scoring. In PPR, I honestly think it's even easier, these mock drafts. But standard scoring is fine. So, strategy. This is what you should do. I don't know if you guys can see it. I wrote down, and I don't really have to, but it's more of a mental exercise. So even if you know all the players, mentally, write down running back, wide receiver, quarterback, tight end. Then go through, I just went to Fantasy Football. No, actually I went to Pro Football Focus. Looked at their rankings. Went down the rankings. Okay, one, and just by position. DJ. Okay, write him down. Write down a list of all of the people you want on your team. Every position. Think about value. So go through, like, see this, like, money here on the left. That's their, like, projected money. So, like, look at that and be like, would I pay somewhere, like, close? Because it's not going to be right there. It's like somewhere in that range. Like, would I pay, what's AJ Green going for? Like, 50 to 55, 60 bucks? Would I pay that? You know, what if AJ Green was 35? Well, yeah, I'm gonna pay that. But he's not. He's going for a lot of money. So we are avoiding that. Especially in a standard league. Write down all the guys. Star the ones you really like, just so you don't forget. And then just hold it over here. I just, even if you know the players, do it as a mental exercise. Just kind of get yourself through it, thinking this is a standard scoring format. But what I do, and I've done only 2. I've only ever done 2 actual auction leagues. But the first year I did it was 2 years ago. I was undefeated until the championship, and I lost to my roommate, of course. 15-1 that season. Last year, I want to say I went like 12-3 or something like that. So personally, I think auction drafts are super easy. Like, I think they are, if you're new and you listen to these videos and you're struggling in snake drafts, I don't think you should be. I think if you're new, you should do PPR because that's what this channel is built on, is PPR. And I think you're going to do just fine if you draft the players I'm telling you to draft and you follow the channel, or at least follow our website, and follow the private chat, because it's not guaranteed we're going to do videos during the season, but we are going to be writing articles on the website. Follow that during the year after these videos, you're going to do just fine. But if you're new and you're really struggling, do an auction draft mock draft, auction league mock draft. And I'm telling you, you're going to kill it. Now, it's typical that you're probably going to have to do like an ESPN league. Like, it's unlikely that you're going to be able to convince like your local league, and I don't think you should, to be honest, convince your local league to run like an auction style. But if you can, maybe tell them to make 2 leagues. Be like, hey, we're already doing, this is for like, you know, your in-home league. Let's do this one and let's do an auction one. A lot of people don't like it, which is why you probably can't get that passed. But I think they're fun, and it's the patient player that wins it. And you guys see, I'm like roughly paying attention to these prices, but I'm not paying them because I know I can build a really good team later. Now here's some tips. 1, you really like a player. Your turn comes around to do like the bid. I don't remember what it's called. Nominate. Each person, like if you don't know how it works, like when my turn comes up, I'll show you, I guess. But like someone nominated LeSean McCoy. So that's how it goes. It doesn't just go in order. Never nominate the player you want. Ever. Unless you're in the later rounds and you want him for $1. Then you like nominate the quarterback you want for $1, and hopefully no one bids. Never, ever, ever, when people have a ton of money, nominate someone you want. Ever do that. You want your guy to drop and drop and drop and drop and drop. Because if someone you really like Jordy Nelson, and he goes in like the first round, man, people are going to bid a ton of money for him. Because everyone's like, oh, I have $200. 50, 60, 70. Like, people just mash the button. I started this a little late, but we'll look at the draft summary. 64 for Lev Bell was actually fair. 69 for DJ. 66 for Elliott. 69 for Antonio. 58 Julio. 53 Odell. Rogers got $60 for Mike Evans. So apparently Mike Evans is over Julio now. Apparently Jordy Nelson's over Julio. Gronk got $49. Even Devonta Parker, who you could have gotten for $1 or $2 later in the draft, went for $5. Demarius, 38. It's, people are way overpriced early, and it's because people don't conceptually understand it. They think these first round guys are people you really need, which is true. That's why the first couple rounds are so valuable. But I'm going to nominate someone I don't want. Amari. I'm going to nominate Amari and hope he hits like $50. That's what you got to do. I actually should maybe nominate T.Y. If he was there next time, I'll do it. But you always nominate people you don't want early, so that people just bid and bid and bid. And that's a fair price. I was hoping that he would go for a lot more. That's a fair price on Amari. I'll give you my take on Amari. So, what's the difference in standard scoring, and honestly in PPR, but in standard scoring, what's the difference between Amari Cooper and Golden Tate? I do not think there is one. Amari Cooper has a similar, if not lower, reception projection. The exact same touchdown projection and a very similar yardage projection. The only thing that's different is his name is Amari Cooper, and Golden Tate's name is Golden Tate. And no one's like, yeah, Golden Tate in the 4th. I do. I get Golden Tate in the 4th round. Whew. Bargain. Bargain in the 4th round. But then you take Amari in the 2nd. And it's like, honestly, they're probably going to put up pretty similar points. Could Amari take the next step forward this year? Certainly. I think that he's fully capable, and I think he will. I think he will take another step over Crabtree. But for us to be paying a 2nd round price on him and then a 4th round price on Golden Tate, it doesn't add up to me. They're very similar in both formats, in standard and in PPR. Like, I'm actually not even sure which one you would lean. Obviously, you'd take Amari ahead, but how much ahead? Not that much. So, just something to think about. Again, we're not bidding $58 in Devonta Freeman. I will show you why, and I'm going to cut. I'm probably going to cut this video. I don't know when. I may cut just like between my picks and stuff. So like when I start picking a player, then I'll cut a little bit before that. I'm really not sure how I'm going to do it. But like, it's not that I don't love all of these guys. It's that when you actually think about the value a player is bringing to your team, I can't pay these prices. I'm sorry, I can't pay these prices. I would think about Michael Thomas here, actually. That's a good price for Michael Thomas. Maybe should have done that one, but I'm hoping Melvin slips a little more. DeMarco, my thing is I want to lock up. This is standard. I want to lock up one really good running back, because I know personally I can get some really solid running backs later for a lot cheaper than you guys think. A lot cheaper than you guys think. So I'm looking for one discount running back. Whether that's Melvin, Howard, DeMarco, Ajayi, just one of those 4. I'm looking for a discount on one of them. If I don't get it, that's fine. I'm fine with that. So we'll see what happens here, and honestly in the next few picks. But I'm not paying a lot of money. I understand the whole top 5 thing video I put out and stuff, but I'm not paying $54 for Melvin Gordon, so it's a pass. And again, you guys will see why. Look at the team. This guy's got $68 left. He has DJ and Odell, and you're like, well, he's got DJ and Odell. Yep. I'm going to show you the rest of his team when this draft is done. It's not that good. And then I'm going to show you my team when this draft is done. It's going to be better. I promise you. You just have to be patient. You can't be someone who's like, no one else has $200. Bid on Howard. Because Howard's going for 53. Well, McCoy went for 56. Freeman 57. So he went for the same price as Melvin Gordon, which he shouldn't be. But he only went for not that much less than DJ. I mean, 16 less than DJ. I think DJ is worth 16 more. It's tough to explain right now because you guys don't see the rest of this draft. I want to get through Murray and Ajayi. Then I'm probably going to cut the video. I'll talk about as we get there. All right. Who we target? So Doug Baldwin is probably the first wide receiver I'm targeting. Just looking at the price for Dez. That's fair. That's fair for Dez. It's Doug Baldwin. Yeah, and then it's mid guys. I'll show you guys. I promise. But I just want to. I'll cut the video after the Murray Ajayi. So I'll take my take on both of them. Ajayi, I'm hesitant right now, which is maybe why his price is fair. His price should be higher than Murray though. The concussion news concerns me because we have no idea how people are going to react to a concussion. Some people bounce right back. Some people take a long time. And when his health before the concussion was already a concern, and when the health of his center is always a concern, like it's like the center's health, it's Ajayi's knees, now it's Ajayi's head. It's like for him to be elite, how much should he go for? That's actually probably something I should pay attention to. 44 is fair. We'll see what Ajayi is going for. 44 is fair. So, again, this is a mock draft, and we don't need to, like, hyper-focus on my team. This is more for you guys. This 2 fair prices I've seen so far is Ajayi. I'm not doing it for that price. Nope, I want all, and then draft board. Actually, I could have just done draft board. It was Michael Thomas for 44, Murray for 44, and Ajayi for 42. Those prices are fair. So if you guys want to do that, I think it's fine. I'm still waiting a little bit longer. Maybe I won't cut until we get a little bit further. I am going to cut the middle late rounds until we get to the end to really show you guys why we're doing this. We have to think about who we're going to nominate next. Fournette. Oh, I'll nominate Fournette. He'll go for a lot of money. DeMarco. So I think that was, I think everything, finished the thought on Ajayi. Everything needs to come together. So the center needs to stay healthy because his splits without and with the center are huge. Center needs to stay healthy. He needs to not have like this knee issues. His concussion needs to get better. He has to then stay healthy. There's a lot of moving pieces there. So I might drop him a little bit. DeMarco, I think, is being way undervalued. He's easily an early second round pick, especially in standard scoring, but even in PPR he's going to get receptions. But standard scoring meaning that it's important to hit on a running back in standard. I don't want to pay that for Fournette. So he's not old. He's still, for a running back, he's like getting there, but he's still under the 2,500 touch mark. He's stayed relatively healthy the past few seasons. He is running behind a top 3 to top 5, probably top 3 though, offensive line for run blocking on a team that wants to pound the rock. He's the goal line back, and he's a very good running back. And he's going sometimes in the late second round. So that's why I like DeMarco a lot. We're not going to touch Todd Gurley, especially when he's going for a very similar price as some of those other guys were. And I know it seems weird that I haven't drafted someone. I promise to you guys, this is what you're supposed to be doing in these drafts. We don't touch Jordan Reed. So quarterback, tight end, defense, and kicker, we're looking to spend like $5, $6. And you're probably like, what? Depending on if Breeze, I did one mock draft. Breeze was like $11. That's fair for Breeze. I'll think about that. But ideally, we want those four for like $5, $6. Dang it, Doug Baldwin's going. We'll see what happens here. I'll spend mid-30s. Stop. Stop. I'll spend this. I'll spend 35 too. If someone else bids, I'll go up to 35. I truly believe Doug Baldwin's a 1. Alright. We'll take him for 33. See, we spent a little money. We got Doug. I know you're probably sitting there like, well, Doug Baldwin's a third round pick, and that's you didn't take any of the first 2 rounds, which are the highest success rate, the most important players. I understand. We're getting to it. It's the optimal strategy. I promise you, it is the optimal strategy. It would have been much better if Doug Baldwin had gone another round later. Been much better. We would have gotten him much cheaper. But let's talk about who I am targeting. Not Jarvis. I'm not touching Jarvis now that, especially in standard, but now that Ryan Tannehill could be out for the year, nope. No thank you to that situation. They might bring in Cutler. Not sure though. So we'll sort by position. Running backs. We're targeting Crowell, Mixon, Montgomery, Dalvin Cook, Mike Gillislee, Abdullah, AP, Probably stops there. All those guys at a fair price. Wide receivers. Emmanuel, Diggs, Martavis, Snead, Decker, Tyrell, John Brown, those kind of guys. We can afford one more really good player. I still haven't decided. I think, and this is why we do the mock drafts, I think you do need to lock up one running back. So if I had done this over, I think it's DeMarco. I think that locking up DeMarco Murray would have been good. So getting DeMarco for 44, if I could do that over, or I guess I would have had to pay 45. I would do that. But this is why we do mocks. This is more for you guys. So this isn't a real team, obviously. If you guys are in the mock, I'd take DeMarco at that price because it is good to lock up one of the elite guys. But we don't need to. So this, I'll probably cut here. I'll probably cut at this point. Oh, not gonna cut at this point. We got Joe. But after this, maybe I'm gonna like cut to my picks. Probably. Stop. Right. We will take Joe Mixon for this price. We will also take Joe Mixon for this price. Here we go. You scum. Stop bidding. This man. Maybe if I let it get lower, then this time he won't do it. I don't really know what the strategy is for that kind of stuff. I'm not going to go too deep on this one. One more. We'll do 22. I'm probably not going to do another one. Who is this that's doing it? Core or something? Core. How does he have the money to keep doing that? Oh well. So we got Mixon. We can still spend money. Next one's Crowell that we're targeting. I don't know. Wait, hold on. I want to do that part. I don't know why people are so scared of Crowell. So if Duke Johnson moves to the slot, we can still give him a 40, 45, 50 reception projection. Probably a projection of 40, but he could exceed that and hit 50. But why are people thinking that's going to change? Because Duke Johnson's role is going to be pretty much the same. So he already got 40 receptions. He's still going to get that. I get the touchdowns won't be there, but they've said they want to feed him. They now have a top 5. It's probably top 3 as well with the Titans for offensive lines. He's got a great offensive line, a team that doesn't really want to pass the ball too much. I mean, they don't want to give the ball up very much. They want to try and hold on to it as much as possible. Great O-line. They're going to run the ball a ton. He's going to be the goal line guy. He's going to get receptions. He was efficient last year. He was really good. He showed up on the predicting top 5 running back video. Crowell. So I will spend up to maybe 28. Like $28 on Crowell, something like that. I don't know what I can get him for. We'll put out the Lynch. We'll try and get someone to go on him. Remember, we're not nominating the players that we want. I like Pryor, but I don't think that he's that much better than a lot of the other guys I can get for cheaper. I just want to fill up my team with a bunch of those guys. I can probably take like a... Have quarterbacks gone yet? So with this strategy, if Breeze falls to like $10, we can take him. And we just hope that no one nominates him. Brady too. Brady's more unlikely to fall to $10. Remember, we're not drafting Luck right now. Too much risk. But thinking back, yep, I would have taken DeMarco at 44. That's why we do these mocks. So this is where I'm going to cut. I'm going to cut here, and then we're gonna cut in and out to where my picks are happening. All right. We're gonna cut. Martavis is interesting. I was hoping he would go later. I'll take dang it. I was hoping he'd be cheaper than this. I'll take him though. I like Martavis. My take on Martavis is that he's going way too early in redraft leagues. But I don't know why he's so cheap in this type of format. We can still do it. Hopefully we get him here, and then I'll do my take. 14 bucks. Nice. Okay. So he's going in like the 4th round in a lot of redraft leagues, and yet he's really cheap. And this is another guy I actually want to target. He's really cheap on here. I've told you guys not to draft him, but that's at 4th round, and I'm just waiting for the preseason to happen, and for him to make an 80-yard touchdown, and because he's gonna go up half a round easy. If he makes an 80-yard touchdown or like just a long touchdown, his ADP is gonna go up half a round. I don't know how much it's gonna go up in here, but it doesn't match. Like, that's what we're looking for. We're gonna go to Fantasy Football Calculator, look at the ADPs, and then go on here and find the discrepancies. How much different is... Okay, we're gonna do that real quick. Crabtree just went for 25 bucks. So we go Fantasy Football Calculator, ADP. It's Tom Brady. We're gonna see. I'm not gonna spend that. Standard League for wide receivers. So Martavis, perfect. Martavis Bryant is going 3 picks ahead of Crabtree. Yet, on here, Martavis Bryant was $11 cheaper. He was almost half price. That's what we're looking for. So go through the ADPs on Fantasy Football Calculator, because that's the most accurate ADPs, what people are actually worth. And then go on whatever site you use and find the differences. I know everyone hates on the videos that have ESPN, but I'm pretty sure Fantasy Football Calculator doesn't have auction. I might be wrong. I just don't think it does. But another thing is, people are having their drafts soon. 14's fair. But I'm going to wait, because I think I can get a different deal. People are having their drafts, like, now and in a week and everything. And if you're watching this, you might be having your draft soon. Like, most people draft on ESPN. So I get that ADPs have been off, but everyone keeps saying, well, ADPs are off, ADPs are off. Well, when ADPs are off and your draft is happening, like, I don't know what to tell you. Like, yeah, they're off, but you got to take advantage of that when your draft is actually happening. Devontae Adams isn't a bad play there. I just don't think he's all that good. I don't particularly. I like Manuel. I'll take a Manuel here. I'll spend similar money. Oh, okay. So everyone likes Emmanuel. That's nice. Not anymore. I'm not spending 24 on Emmanuel. I like that Crowell and Pryor too. Hopefully we can get a few more. I want a few more picks. I'm going to nominate tight end here, I think. But I want a few more picks until... I'll target Crowder. And I'll target Pryor, I mean. Similar, it's probably like a $25 around there. 22. Yeah, I'll do 22. Think I'm gonna hold off on 24 though. Yeah, I don't need Pryor for that much. I promise, it's coming. Oh, dang it. Okay. We're basically going to spend what we have to at this point. Whatever it takes to get Crow on our team is what we're gonna pay. I've said I'll pay up to 30 for him. I'll also spend 16, 17, 18, 19, I don't care. Yep. Okay, we can stop. That'd be nice. Again, I'll click this button until we get to 30. I don't think anyone can do that, though. I don't think there's a team that can spend 30 bucks on Crowell. We'll find out. 22 is nice. Nice, okay. So the team's coming together a little bit. We got Mixon, Crowell, Doug Baldwin, Martavis Bryant. And you're like, well, where are the studs? Listen, we don't want Kelsey because this is standard. Hopefully some guys will spend. I want these 55 and 53s. So I want one of them to go down to like 20 bucks. Who's buying? Oh, the 80. Yep, get him down there too. So let's just look at some of these teams. 16 bucks. So Aaron Rodgers, Elliott, Julio, Devonta, and Tate. The rest of the team's probably going to be pretty garbage. Ajayi, Fournette, Landry, Edelman, Gronk. No, thank you. Brady, DJ, Odell, Allen. That's not ideal. Freeman, Ingram, Jordy, Dez with $13 left. It's also not ideal. This is a PPR league, so we're not touching Bly Powell. And this, so you guys see earlier, I'm not touching him, not touching him. I have a similar approach to what I do in daily fantasy. So in daily fantasy, I don't look for players I like. I look to just eliminate players and who's left. So I look at a list of guys, like I'll go to tight end, and I'll say, okay, no, and just who's left. Who's left where I'm like, that's a fair price. Oh, his matchup's good. He has upside. I'll take him. I'm not like looking for things to like. I'm looking for things to dislike. So that's what I do with auction. I look for things to dislike because I know there's a lot of things I can like later. I was really hoping Gillislee would wait. But Gillislee's another guy we're targeting in standard. I've backed off my stance a little bit on him. I think that you can only take him in standard. But the reason I like him so much here is because of his price. I mean, $7, $8, $9. I'll pay up to probably $15 for him. I do think that there's a chance that like he's not used as much as we think he will be, but for $11 he's a good pick. There's a chance that Burkhead's used. I'm going to target Montgomery too. Burkhead's used a lot more than we think. Burkhead's a great pick as well because he's like a double handcuff. You know, he's a handcuff to James White and he's a handcuff to Mike Gillislee. I don't know who they're going to value more, but we're going to pay that for Montgomery as well. See what we can get here. So now my money's coming a little bit more, but we're not paying too much for everyone. We're just getting a lot of guys that we like. We want to avoid this $10 range for as long as possible. We're not going to go Larry Fitz. I don't think we need him with the guys we can get later on, because there are some real steals. Kind of curious. So, do they do? Yeah, it doesn't look like it. Yeah, they don't do auction drafts. Because this is the site, if you guys don't know, Fantasy Football Calculator. That's the most accurate site. Danny? Yeah. 14's a bit much for me. I'm going to hold off on that one. I like Danny Woodhead, though. I think he's going to... every team that he's been on uses him in the red zone. And he barely has any touches in his career. I like him. I like him a lot. But I'm going to hold off on that price. It was fair. It was a fair price. But I want to hold off a little bit there. Marshall, I liked a little bit until I heard, I'm pretty sure Shepard's going to be fine. I want to hear more on the Shepard news because it's gone from, oh, it's a rolled ankle, oh, it looks terrible. Oh, he's gonna be fine. Like, just tell me when you know. Like, stop trying to guess. But $5? It seems like a good price for him. I'm not touching Spencer Ware. I think Kareem Hunt is gonna win the job eventually. Maybe not right away, but I think Kareem Hunt will. What do we have? We have Baldwin and Bryant, so we want more wide receivers. And there's some guys in this range that I'll get. We're not going to nominate them though, but I think they're going to start popping up a little bit. Garcon we're going to target. He's better in a PPR league, but I doubt his price is going to be very expensive here. I doubt it gets much above this. Oh, okay. Nope, we're not doing that anymore. I thought he would be cheaper. He's a much better play in PPR because, excuse me, because touchdowns, I mean, what are we going to project? 4? And when the winner of the standard scoring league is who scored more touchdowns, essentially, it's tough to take someone for that much money. But he's going to be heavily targeted. Especially Hoyer is underrated. If Hoyer can stay healthy, he's going to be great. Diggs we like a lot. We'll pay up to 15 probably for Diggs. Bueno, we'll pay 12. I like him for 12. The steal right now is actually Snead. Snead's going for like $9 right now. Bueno. Okay. The team is coming together, and this is what I said. Oh, goodness. All the guys I like. Crowder, I'm pumping the brakes a little bit until I hear more about his hamstring. He suffered a hamstring injury, but I love him, definitely. So, like, we'll pay this price. It's just, I don't want to pay too much if he's going to, like, miss time. Because I typically, if someone starts the year with a hamstring injury, I pretend they're suspended for 4 weeks. And then I see what the value is for that. Because it's not an ideal injury. Not an ideal injury at all. Okay. 56. What's our max? Oh, we can still spend 51. Yeah. We have 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, we've got 4 bench players, so we can still spend money on guys. So if I see a player I like, I'll nominate someone I don't want. Frank. I don't want Frank. Hopefully some of these guys will spend a little bit more of their money on him. Yeah, basically, once we get to this range where everyone else, their max bid, some of these guys have a higher one. But once it gets really low, I mean, we can basically spend money on anyone. Because I only have, what did I say, 4? 4 bench spots. Defense kicker cost me $1. Tight end will cost me like $1 or $2. Quarterback cost me like just a little bit. It won't cost me much. We'll target Russell Wilson, absolutely. I'll spend up to 7 on Wilson just to lock him up. I'm not going to spend that for Matt Ryan. I think I have Wilson ahead of Matt Ryan in the rankings. If I don't, I apologize. I will make that adjustment. Wilson's better. Let's go back to all. I think Tyreek's a good pick for $12. Tape checks out. It's just, are they ever gonna, like? It's so frustrating when you watch that and you own him. Because I played him only 2 weeks in DFS. Both of them he definitely hit value. But it's so frustrating looking at the tape and just seeing him wide open deep to where a point where like you and me could make the throw, and he either just, Alex Smith just doesn't look at him, or he looks at him and he's like, nah, I'm gonna check it down. It's like, what? Or he just completely misses the throw. It's just, oh, it's so frustrating watching that. We're gonna target him too, Terrence West. Hopefully he's gonna be cheap. Because we got Crowell, Mixon, Gillislee, Ty Montgomery. Oh my God. Well, it's gonna definitely be welcome to the squad, Terrence West. I mean, I'll spend 10, 8. I'll spend 8 on Crowell, and I got him for 4. Sounds good to me. Did I say Crowell last time? I meant Terrence West. We're not touching CJ Anderson. I want Dalvin Cook. I only have 3 bench spots, so let's pick the players we want. I want Dalvin Cook. I want Willie Snead. I guess Tyreek. We're going to take whatever Dalvin Cook's price is. I'm not too concerned. I'll just take whatever it is. Well, that's getting up there. Doesn't matter, though. We have plenty of money. Would you all stop? Who is it? This man? Oh, I thought he only had 4 people. Nice. Go away. So we got 2 bench spots left, so we can get whatever tight end we want. I guess I just want the 3 best players. So I've got Doug Baldwin, Martavis, Diggs, Crowder. So I want, that's 4, and then 1, 2, 3. Okay, we need 2 wide receivers. We don't need a running back, and that's good because I don't think any of the running backs. Nah, I mean Blunt's not bad there. No one are really targeting. But we'll take Tyreek Hill and Willie Snead. But okay, so if I had to redo this draft as of right now, hold on, who are the tight ends? I might have to take him. Rudolph or Delaney? Rudolph or Delaney? Oh, I'll just take Jimmy Graham. I'll take Jimmy Graham for whatever it takes. Or Eifert. Would I rather have Jimmy Graham or Tyler Eifert? I don't know. But why I'm saying we could have taken DeMarco there is because wrong one. Well, right now at least you can get Tyrell for $4, John Brown for $4, Kenny Britt for $4, Jeremy Maclin for $3. So that's why we can spend a little bit more money trying to get DeMarco or trying to get whichever running back I guess you prefer. I just like the price in DeMarco, and still build a solid bench. I do still like who we got here. We'll spend whatever on Tyreek. I think he's worth the play. I mean, they got rid of Maclin, I think, because they see Tyreek and they're like, this is the guy. I mean, we need to give him the ball as much as possible. If he's going to keep scoring touchdowns at the rate he's scoring, and he's going to still be this good, I think they just want to get him the ball as much as they can. Moncrief's interesting. It's between Decker and Snead, to be honest. I think it's Snead, though. We can look. We'll look real quick at the rankings. I'm not sure I'm supposed to be showing you guys this. Who cares? So they have Willie Snead at 27 in standard. Yeah, Moncrief's behind him. That's what I figured. I like Willie Snead a lot. Let's just nominate him. I'm not gonna lie, this video is probably gonna be pretty long, so I'd like to just wrap up our team where we can. I just don't understand why he's so cheap right now. He's the number 2 in a high-scoring offense, and he's gonna be very heavily targeted. He's gonna have a decent touchdown projection, not a high one, but for him, better in. Almost missed it. Better in PPR, obviously, but perfectly fine in standard scoring. And for $5, that's completely absurd. So I'm not allowed to draft Okay. Yep, we're going to pay whatever for Wilson. Go to all, would you? Pay whatever for Wilson, and then which tight end do we want? Do we want Jimmy Graham or Tyler Eifert? I mean, Eifert has a lot more value. I should probably stay here. $3? That's why we wait on people. We can get them so cheap late. Yeah, they got Jimmy ahead. That's what I was thinking. Jimmy over Eifert. So we'll nominate Jimmy Graham coming up. And this is why we do mocks. So I'm gonna be left with like 20 bucks, which means, right? Yeah, that means if we do this mock over, and if you're doing an actual mock, we take one. So that's ideal. Pick whatever running back you want early. Whichever stud, first and second round running back you want early, pick who you want that to be. And as long as the price isn't ridiculous, take them. And then just go value. Value picks from there on out. You can take, I think Michael Thomas right now is the best value. So take your, whichever running back you want. I would take Michael Thomas, but who else went as a value? No. Demarius. Demarius was a good value too. I would take him. The rest of the guys were a little bit expensive. Because you can get your tight end and your quarterbacks just criminally cheap late. And you'll have enough money. Just don't do what some of these teams did. Like this guy's got 13 bucks left. He's got Brady, DJ, Odell, Keenan Allen, Marshall, but he doesn't yet have a bench player or a second running back. And that's what happens when you spend too much money. So I like the team. We're gonna run through the team. We're just gonna add in the players we would take because I'm gonna spend. I mean, if someone spends 20 bucks on Graham, I'm still gonna take it. So we got Wilson, Joe Mixon, Crowell, Doug Baldwin, Martavis Bryant, Gillislee, and then we just stacked our bench. We got Ty Montgomery, Stephon Diggs, Jamison Crowder, Terrence West, Dalvin Cook, Tyreek Hill, Willie Snead. Then our tight end's going to be Jimmy Graham, and we're just going to take the best defense and kicker. So we'll take Broncos and Justin Tucker will end up being our kickers. Kicker and defense. So we make this one perfect. That means we have roughly $20 left. So perfect. So instead of guess not Terrence West. Instead of, it would be Mixon, but I'm still paying 22 bucks for Mixon. I guess throw out, I don't know who I'd throw out. So I'd keep Snead, Tyreek, Dalvin. I guess I can upgrade Terrence West. Probably to a better running back. I could have done. But I guess we could have upgraded Mixon to a DeMarco Murray or something. But that's probably where I'm going to end this video because it's not going to be that exciting. You guys, I mean, you shouldn't care too much, but just know that you can get Ebron for $1 or $2. You can get Graham for like $4. It's not worth spending 50 bucks on Gronk when you can get Graham for $4. Like, is he seriously 10 times better? 11, 12 times better? No, he's not. So be smart. Know that you can get Wilson late for cheap. That's who I'm going to take in every single one. Know that you can get Graham. I don't care that it's that stack. It's irrelevant to me. Know that you can get defense kicker. You should be doing them for $1. Just wait till your turn's late. And nominate them for $1. And then know that you can get Tyrell Williams late. You can get John Brown late. You can get Macklin late. Those are basically the guys. I got them right. Yeah. Those are the guys that I would get. It's not the end of the world here if someone bids on the Broncos. Like, I'll take the Chiefs, I'll take the Texans, I'll take the Vikings. I don't really care which one I get. It's just a defense, and I'm going to stream those positions anyways. So I'm not overly concerned if I don't end up getting the Broncos. But that was an auction draft. And this team, I believe, is stronger than you can get. Like, you can build a stronger team in auction than you can Snake. Because I really don't think you can get this team in Snake. I mean, Snead's like, what, a 6th round? Tyreek's like a 5th round. Cook's like a 5th or 6th round. Dalvin, not Dalvin. Terrence West is probably like an 8th round pick. Diggs is a 7th round pick. Montgomery's a 5th round pick. Gilsley's a 5th round pick. Graham's a 5th round pick. Bryant's a 5th round pick. So that's what I like to do. I like building my like 5th and 6th round guys that I like. With Baldwin being a 3rd round, Crowell's a 3rd round, Mixon's a 3rd round, Wilson's like a 6th round. So like the worst player on my team is in like the 6th round. So I guess Terrence West, but I think he's gonna climb a lot. And then I got a dominant defense and good team. I really think that is a very solid team. And even if some of these guys bust, who I really don't think, Mixon probably has the highest bust potential. Martavis won't be consistent, but even if those guys don't do good, I've got very, very good backups behind them. So that's the end of this video. Hope you did enjoy. If you did, please hit that like button, subscribe if you're new, and thanks for watching.